Okay, so in the last video we looked at getting a free theme and getting that installed, and obviously we installed a few different ones so we can play around with them. Now this is a video where we're going to look at the widgets, and you will actually see one of the differences in the different themes is not only sort of how they're laid out on screen, they're also the widgets that you get with them, which affect things like where adverts appear, what menus are in the sidebars, etc. So the theme itself can greatly affect the widgets that are available to you. At the moment we're looking at SEO design solutions. Let's go and have a look at the widgets. Now you'll notice there's some extra menu options here that aren't there for the basic theme, such as header settings, SEO settings and ad settings. Now what we're going to do first of all is come into the widgets. Now there are a few widgets that you definitely want to have added into your sidebar, and on this theme we have sidebar 1 and sidebar 2, so a left hand and a right hand sidebar. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a recent post. That's probably one that you want to start off with, and let's expand sidebar 2. We also want related posts. Now the recent posts there, I've got it comes up as default as 5. Let's actually up that and say 9 or 10 or 11 or something like that, because that's a good thing to have there, a list of your recent posts. It might capture someone's attention and they can go and read more posts on your blog. And basically you're getting them involved, you're getting their attention, and that's a good thing. Okay, so let's minimize that. Related posts, the title, I'll actually put in related posts, or it could just be related. If I can spell related. Do I want to help promote? No, I don't, sorry. I'm going to click on save there. It'll take a moment and minimize it. Okay, other ones that we want, what have we got here? Calendar, not interested in. Akismet, not interested in. Custom menus we might want at some point. Pages, not interested in at the moment. Recent posts we've already got. RSS, we've already got that in the theme. There we go, that's the RSS feed. RSS links, not bothered about. Archives, not bothered about at the moment. Categories might be useful. Going to stick it on sidebar 2 so it's a bit out of the way, and they're going to show post counts and save that one. Links, yes, we want the links because it depends on whether you're going to use the links. You may well not use them. The likelihood is if you're doing something like an affiliate site, then you can use this for affiliate links, then in which case you are going to use it. But it does depend on the type of blog that you're making. If it's just an AdSense blog, you may not need to use it at all. Okay, and again, I'm just going to minimize that. Recent comments, let's actually pop that in there under recent posts, and let's say we want 7 of the recent comments. I haven't put a title in there, it'll just default to recent comments. Related posts we've already got in. We could put a search box in if we want to. WP stats, that's actually quite nice to have a look at. We can pop that in. I'm not interested in the number of authors because it's only going to be me. Total posts, total pages, let's get rid of the pages. Total tags, comments, comment posters, that's probably more interesting than tags, but I'll leave tag there for the moment. Total links, nope, not interested. Post categories, nope. Link categories, nope. Total spam block, nope. We want to keep this to a minimum. It can be distracting. I'm really largely putting that on there to have a look at it myself because it can be useful or interesting information more as the blogger than someone visiting your blog. You don't want too many of these sidebars or these widgets in place because they can distract people from what you want people to do, which is click on an affiliate link or click on a link for an AdSense ad or subscribe to your list, etc. So don't get carried away and don't give them too many things to do. The tag cloud we do want on there. I'm going to put that up here on menu 1, and I'll leave that as the, oh, hang on, I've picked the wrong one there. If you grab the wrong one, dump it back out of there. Where was tag cloud? That was the one we wanted. Let's squidge up a bit and pop that at the bottom. I'll leave the title as it is, and that's basically it. That's all we really need. We can add others. This one probably has one for the ads somewhere as well. Sidebar ads, yes, so that's something that we might want to put in. Let's pop it on sidebar 1 and we can move it up. Let's actually have it at the top of sidebar 2. Okay, so you can decide, and that's actually if we open that up, oops, wrong one, where's it gone? Sidebar ads. Got to be careful, these things jump around quite easily. Pop it at the top. Sidebar ads, we need to go to appearance ad settings, which is over here, so that we can play with those ad settings to appear in our sidebar over here. Okay, so the widgets, the main ones you want are things like recent posts, recent comments, tag cloud, possibly category, stats you don't really need. Minimize the number of widgets you use unless they are actually monetized. If they're there for a purpose to grab someone's email or to get them to go and buy something, great. Other than that, don't worry about them too much, except to give extra content such as recent posts. Okay, the other options on here, if we go down to menus, don't worry about, that's for advanced menu stuff. Very seldom use that one. Header settings, that's specifically for this particular theme, where we've got the title at the top here, that white area, that can be turned into a header background. And when I say a header background, I mean some sort of image there. It's not where you're going to put a banner or something like that. And if you do decide to put a header background in there, bear in mind you've got text here. So make sure it's not going to interfere with the color of that text, because if we made it the same color, the text would disappear. If you want to put an image that says the name of the blog, you can do so. Just don't forget to go into the settings and remove under general that title of the blog and the name of the blog, okay, so that you actually remove the text and just have the background banner, as it were. Okay, there's also SEO settings. This is again specifically for this theme, but you don't need to worry about it because we're taking care of that with plugins. The ad settings one, that could be very useful. We can put in up to 10 ads with the URL, the click-through URL and the hover title, so we can actually control the ads and how many we're displaying in the sidebar. So that's quite a neat thing to have built straight into the theme. We can get plugins that do that as well again. So it's not something you need to choose this theme specifically for, because we can deal with it through the plugins. Okay, as I say, the main ones there are things like recent posts, recent comments, things like that. And obviously you can pick these up, drag and drop them, move them around, decide where they appear. It's entirely up to you. Okay, so play around with them, see what you're comfortable with. As I say, the main point is to remember, don't get too busy, don't get too much on there. You don't want to distract people from the main purpose, which is to get them to opt in or click on an advert or click on an affiliate link, something that's going to make you some money. Okay. The other themes I've got installed here, if we went, for instance, to this one, we'll have a quick look at this, we'll activate this, because you'll see, again, there can be a massive difference in the widgets available. For instance, if we go to heat map options, this page goes on forever. It has a huge number of different options available for the header bar, homepage options, navigation options, meta description, Google Feed Burner, Google Analytics, Google Custom Search, additional page code, footer bars. There is all sorts that you can put in here. Basically, these different fields are relating to these different hotspots where you can put in the ads. So this top one would be a banner ad or a text Google AdSense ad, the wide style that heads across the top. I think it's actually called header ad. We can have a banner here for an affiliate program, and then some AdSense over here, or some AdSense over here, some more affiliate programs or widgets. So this is a highly customizable theme because of all these extra options. And keep this in mind, because what we're going to look at now in widgets, this bit will actually make sense even more in a moment when we go into widgets, because you'll see there are different areas covered under the widgets. So if I wanted something in the sidebar on the left, this is where I can put it. If I want something on the sidebar at the right, or the header high, or the header right, that's where I mentioned that banner. Header high would be the long version of AdSense that goes all the way across the top. So these relate to those individual areas on that sort of heat map. But again, we just want to make sure that we've got at least the standard stuff in there, like recent posts, recent comments, related posts, tag cloud, that sort of thing, and make sure those are in there. These we can use if we need to for the ads. Okay, that's covering widgets quite a lot, probably more than I need to, but simply because you can see how they vary according to the different theme that you choose. If you choose a really simple theme, the widgets that are available will be less, and you'll be able to keep it simple. I actually do like it where there's ads built in, but you don't need to have that, because as I say, that can be dealt with through one of the advanced plugins that we're going to go on to soon. Okay, so have a play with the widgets, move them around, update your blog to see what they look like, and move them around again if you're not happy with them. Hope you found that useful, and we'll get some more videos up and running for you very soon.